Wow. You weren't kidding when you said you found a ton of stuff on this.
Yeah, I went a little overboard, but Valentine's Day in Philly.
But it looks like Phil's got something for everyone next Valentine's Day.
Exactly. I mean,
Huh.
they really went all out. It's not just the typical candlelit dinners and roses.
Yeah. I mean, look at this axe throwing event. Like, are you really that mad at your ex?
Well, maybe some people need a little extra help letting go. It's certainly unique.
It is. So, okay, let's dive into this treasure trove of Valentine's Day ideas.
Sound good?
First up, we've got Franklin Square
Yeah.
transforming into a Valentine's-themed mini golf course.
Yeah, throughout February. So think putting your way through Philly landmarks with romantic lights and love songs.
That sounds pretty
All
cool.
right,
Actually, way more interesting than I expected.
right. And they've even got a special Valentine's Day date night on February 14th with some extra surprises.
Okay, so that's definitely more about the experience than the actual golf game.
Oh, for sure. It's all about creating a memorable experience. I mean, who wouldn't want to putt around a mini Liberty Bell?
Not me.
Oh,
Okay, so we've got mini golf, but then there's this whole Love Chestnut Hill event.
yeah, this one caught my eye too. It's like the entire neighborhood is getting in on the Valentine's Day action.
So what kind of stuff are they doing?
Well, they've got shopping deals, jazz brunches, even tarot card readings. It's a really interesting mix.
It really is. I mean, it's not just one event. It's like a whole Valentine's Day vibe.
Exactly. And I think that's what makes it so cool. It's more than just a date night. It's an experience.
It makes me wonder, are we seeing a trend here? Like, is Valentine's Day becoming less about the traditional stuff?
I think so. It's becoming more inclusive and more about celebrating love in all its forms.
So it's not just about romantic love.
Right. Take Sesame Place, for instance.
Yeah.
They're doing a Valentine's Day dinner with Elmo and friends.
Okay, that's adorable.
Uh,
Perfect for families with little ones.
Exactly. It's a way for everyone to get in on the Valentine's Day fun.
But then on the totally opposite end of the spectrum, we have Kick Axe Philadelphia with their Axe Your Ex event.
Yeah, that one's definitely a bit more aggressive.
Do you think people actually take it seriously?
Well, maybe some do, but I think for most, it's more about having a laugh and letting go of some baggage.
So a kind of cathartic experience.
Possibly. It's definitely a conversation starter.
For sure. Okay, so we've got mini golf axe throwing, but now let's get a little more historical.
All right, sounds good.
Philadelphia's Magic Gardens is offering Valentine's Day tours focused on the creator's love story.
Oh, those gardens are already amazing. Adding a romantic backstory makes it even better.
Right. And it kind of proves that love can inspire amazing things.
Absolutely. It's like a testament to the power of love.
Okay, sticking with the love story theme, the Betsy Ross House has a Tipsy History event planned.
Oh, yeah, where they tell the story of Bessie Ross's elopement with a special love potion cocktail.
I love that. It's like history with a twist.
Exactly. A fun way to learn about the past and maybe get a little tipsy in the process.
Makes you think, how much has the idea of elopement changed over time?
That's an interesting question. Back then, it was a big deal. Now it can be seen as romantic and adventurous.
Times change, I guess. But, okay, ready for a total change of pace?
Hit me.
The Lincoln Mill Haunted House is doing a Valentine's Day event based on the legend of Victor's Valentine.
Wow, we went from Betsy Ross to a haunted house. That's quite a jump.
Talk about variety. I guess Philadelphia really does have it all.
It seems that way. They're not afraid to mix things up and cater to all sorts of tastes.
All right, so we've covered mini golf, axe throwing, historical tours, haunted houses. What else is Philly hiding?
Well, let's not forget about some of the classics with a Philly twist. We've got ice skating at the Independence Blue Cross River Rink.
Oh, right, they're Sweetheart Skate. They're doing roses, keepsake photos, romantic music, the whole shebang.
It's a classic for a reason. But being on the waterfront in Philly makes it extra special.
I bet. But if you're not into the cold, there's always Butt Shack.
Yeah, their indoor mini golf is pretty high tech. Plus, they've got Valentine's Day photo ops and free game coupons.
So another mini golf option, but with a different vibe.
Exactly. And for the artsy folks out there, there's the Fall in Love with Circus workshop.
At the Philadelphia School of Circus Arts. That sounds super fun.
Right. Learn some circus skills with your sweetheart. What could be more romantic?
Okay, I'm not sure about that. But it's definitely unique. Speaking of unique, have you seen what Love Park is doing?
The Make Love Market. Yeah, it's pretty wild. They've got local vendors, vow renewals, even single speed dating.
Love Park is really living up to its name.
It's the perfect spot to celebrate love, whether you're single taken or somewhere in between.
And if you're looking for something a little more chill, Longwood Gardens is always a good option.
Yeah, their flower displays are incredible. Plus, they've got live music and a special Valentine's Day dinner at their restaurant.
That's definitely more on the traditional romantic side.
It is. but sometimes you can't beat the classics.
True, okay. But we can't leave out the families. Cherry Street Pier is hosting a Arts and Crafts Kids Ball.
Oh, right. With DJ sets, fashion shows, collaborative crafts. Sounds like a blast for the little ones.
And a great way to get creative with the whole family.
Definitely. So we've covered a lot of ground here, from romantic dinners to haunted houses to family fun.
Philly really is going all out for Valentine's Day 2025.
It seems like they've thought of everything. It's impressive.
So what do you say we take a quick break and come back to explore even more of these unique Valentine's Day events?
Sounds good to me.
It's amazing how the restaurants are getting so creative with their Valentine's Day menus.
Right. It's not just about a special dish here or there. They're really crafting unique experiences.
Like this one, Little Walters, is doing a Polish-inspired Valentine's Day menu.
Yeah, their 4-course prix-fixe menu. It's got some pretty interesting twists on traditional Polish cuisine.
Lobster and caviar pierogi.
Okay.
That's definitely a Valentine's Day I'd be into.
Sounds decadent, right? And for a more Mediterranean vibe, there's Bastia.
Oh, yeah. Their 5-course prix-fixe menu. They're known for their seafood dishes.
Exactly. So, perfect for a romantic Valentine's Day dinner.
Speaking of romantic dinners, remember that Valentine's Day signature dinner cruise we talked about?
Oh, yeah. Cruising along the Delaware River with the city skyline as your backdrop, that's hard to beat.
It does sound pretty magical. But you know me. I'm always a sucker for a good mystery.
Ah, so you're eyeing that Dead Men Don't Speak Easy murder mystery dinner at the Kimpton Hotel Monaco.
Is it that obvious? Come on a murder mystery dinner with cocktails and a 1920s speakeasy theme.
Sounds right up your alley.
It does. But hey, not everyone wants a big fancy Valentine's Day celebration.
That's true. Some people prefer a more low-key, intimate setting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, what about those who just want to stay in and maybe order takeout?
Well, Philly's got options for them, too, like the Lover's Lounge at 48 Record Bar.
Oh, yeah, they're doing a curated soundtrack of love songs.
Exactly. Perfect for a cozy night in.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
But if you want to add a little something extra to your night in, there's Taqueria More.
With their pop tour.
Yeah.
There are Taylor Swift-themed tacos and Beyonce-inspired cocktails.
Now that's what I call a fun Valentine's Day.
Right. It's all about celebrating love in a way that feels good to you.
Exactly, whether it's a fancy dinner or tacos and Beyonce.
Okay, but let's not forget about those who are looking for a more traditional, elegant Valentine's Day.
Oh, you mean like the Rittenhouse Hotel?
Yeah, they always go all out for Valentine's Day.
They do. They've got their wickedly brewed Galentine's Tea Party, the multi-course tasting menu at La Croix.
And of course, the romantic Italian dinner at Scarpetta.
So many options. It's like they've got something for everyone.
They really do. And it's not just about the food either. It's the whole atmosphere, the experience.
Speaking of experiences, what are your thoughts on the Make Love Market at Love Park?
I think it's a really cool idea, turning such a public space into a celebration of love.
Right. They've got singles, speed dating, vow renewals.
It's like they're embracing all the different ways people experience love.
I love that. But okay, for those who want a more tranquil escape, there's always Longwood Gardens.
Ah, yes. Longwood Gardens. Those flower displays are absolutely breathtaking.
And they've got live music and a special Valentine's Day dinner at their restaurant.
So romantic, right? It's the perfect place to reconnect with nature and with each other.
And, you know, it doesn't have to be just for couples.
Oh, you're right. Families can enjoy Longwood Gardens, too.
Definitely. But speaking of families, remember that Arts and Crafts Kids Ball at Cherry Street Pier?
Of course. Such a great option for families who want to get creative and have some fun together.
And what about those who are looking for a little history and reflection this Valentine's Day?
Well, we can't forget about the Laurel Hill Cemetery tours. They're always a unique experience.
Oh, yeah. They're doing 2 different tours this year. Till Death Do Us Part, Love Stories, and All Thorns, No Roses.
So you can choose your level of romance or heartbreak.
I think it's fascinating how they find these love stories from the past.
Me too. It reminds us that love has always been a part of the human experience.
And that it comes in many different forms.
Exactly, from grand romantic gestures to quiet acts of devotion.
Which I think brings up an interesting point. Valentine's Day doesn't have to be about grand gestures.
Right. It can be a time for reflection, for appreciating the love we have in our lives.
For being grateful for the people who matter to us.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be about fancy dinners or expensive gifts.
It's about connection and appreciation.
And remember those Valentine's Day tours at Philadelphia's Magic Gardens?
Oh, yeah. Those are so cool.
Yeah.
Exploring the love story behind the gardens adds a whole other layer to the experience.
Yeah, it does. It's like a reminder that love can inspire us to create beautiful things.
I think those gardens perfectly capture the spirit of Philadelphia's Valentine's Day offerings.
How so?
They're unique, creative, and full of heart, just like the city itself.
I like that. And for a touch of Parisian elegance, there's the Valentine's afternoon tea at Liberté Lounge in the Sofitel, Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah, with the Parisian tea, the scones, the live music.
And it's delightful, right? It's a perfect way to spend a relaxing afternoon.
And let's not forget about the movie lovers.
Mm-hmm.
The African American Museum in Philadelphia is hosting a special brunch with a screening of Love Jones.
That's a classic. And they're showing The Princess and the Frog for the families.
So there's something for everyone. It's great that they're offering options for both adults and kids.
It really shows that Philadelphia is committed to making Valentine's Day inclusive for everyone.
It's not just about romantic love, it's about celebrating love in all its forms.
Exactly. And I think that's what makes Philadelphia's Valentine's Day offering so special.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground here, but there's still so much more to explore.
There is. We haven't even touched on some of the more unique and quirky events.
Like the Slay in the City themed murder mystery dinner at Red Rum Theater.
Oh yeah, that one sounds interesting. Or how about the Fall in Love with Circus workshop where you can learn some circus skills with your sweetheart?
Now, that's a Valentine's Day I won't forget. And there's the My Funny Valentine comedy show at Helium Comedy Club for those who love to laugh.
So many options. It's clear that Philadelphia has something for everyone this Valentine's Day.
Whether you're looking for a romantic dinner, a fun adventure, or just a chance to spend time with loved ones.
Exactly. It's all about finding what makes you happy and celebrating love in your own way.
Well said. So what do you say we take a moment to gather our thoughts and then come back to dive into even more of these amazing Valentine's Day events?
Sounds good to me.
All right, let's talk food. Because wow, these Valentine's Day menus are making me hungry.
Right. They're really stepping it up this year.
Like Little Walters with their Polish-inspired menu lobster and caviar pierogi.
Yeah.
That's not your typical Valentine's Day fare.
It's definitely unique. And then there's Bastia with their 5-course seafood feast.
Oh yeah, their seafood is supposed to be amazing. Perfect for a romantic dinner.
Speaking of romantic dinners, what about that Valentine's Day signature dinner cruise? We were talking about it earlier.
Oh yeah, cruising down the Delaware River with the city skyline in the background. It's pretty hard to beat.
It does sound romantic. But, you mentioned murder mysteries earlier.
Did I? I can't resist a good whodunit.
So the Dead Men Don't Speak Easy dinner at the Kimpton Hotel.
Hey.
Monaco is calling your name.
Maybe. I mean, a 1920s speakeasy theme with cocktails and a murder mystery. That's a pretty fun Valentine's Day.
It sounds like it, but, not everyone's into those big elaborate celebrations.
True. Some people prefer a more low-key night.
Exactly. Like maybe just staying in, ordering some takeout.
And cuddling up on the couch with a good movie.
There's something to be said for simplicity. But if you do want to stay in and still have a little fun, there's always Taqueria More.
With their Taylor Swift and Beyonce themed menu.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a party in a box.
Right. It's a fun way to celebrate love without having to go all out.
And speaking of going all out,
Yeah.
the Rittenhouse Hotel is really embracing Valentine's Day.
They always do. They've got their Galentine's tea party, their tasting menu at La Croix.
And of course, their romantic Italian dinner at Scarpetta. They really do have something for everyone.
They do. And it's not just the food. It's the ambiance, the service, the whole experience.
Right. It's about creating a special moment. And speaking of special moments, what about the Make Love Market at Love Park? That's pretty unique.
It is. It's like they're turning the whole park into a celebration of love.
They've got vow renewals, singles speed dating.
It's pretty cool that they're embracing all the different ways people experience love.
I agree. But, okay, for those who want a more peaceful Valentine's Day escape, there's always Longwood Gardens.
Ah, yes, Longwood Gardens. Their flower displays are always so stunning.
And they've got live music, a special Valentine's Day dinner at their restaurant.
It's definitely a more traditional romantic setting.
It is, but sometimes you can't go wrong with the classics.
Exactly. And don't forget those Laurel Hill Cemetery tours. We talked about them earlier.
Oh yeah, the Till Death Do Us Part tour and the All Thorns No Roses tour.
It's a different way to think about love and loss, especially on Valentine's Day.
I think it's interesting how they find these love stories from the past and how some of them are so tragic.
It's a reminder that love isn't always easy, but it's a powerful force.
Right. It can inspire us to do amazing things, but it can also break our hearts.
That's true, but I think that's what makes love so fascinating. It's complex and messy and beautiful all at the same time.
Well said. So as we wrap up this deep dive into Valentine's Day 2025 in Philadelphia, what's the one thing you want our listeners to take away from this?
I think the most important thing is that Valentine's Day doesn't have to fit into any specific mold.
It's not about meeting some expectation or following some tradition.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
about celebrating love in a way that feels authentic to you.
Whether it's a grand romantic gesture or a quiet night at home.
Whether you're single taken or somewhere in between.
The point is to find joy and connection and celebrate the love in your life.
And Philadelphia certainly gives you plenty of options to do just that.
It does. This deep dive has been a blast. I've learned so much about Philly's Valentine's Day scene.
Me too. It's amazing how much creativity and heart goes into these events.
So to our listeners, we hope this deep dive has inspired you to create your own unique Valentine's Day experience.
Don't be afraid to think outside the box and find what truly speaks to you.
And remember, love is all around us. So celebrate it in a way that feels good to you.
This has been The Deep Dive, your shortcut to being well informed. Until next time, stay curious.